Pow wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. Pound number 49. Super excited to be with you guys today. Today, we're going to dive into what has happened in the last 5 years with SwissBorg and how we're going to build an amazing future for the next 5. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Vazel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. As you guys know, it's been 5 years that our ICO have started. 5 years ago, where we dreamed all together to build a world where we could democratize wealth management by making it fun, fair, and community centric. This crazy dream that so many people have doubted enable us to build an ecosystem, to build a strong community. And this last week, it's been amazing that I was able to see so many of you guys in Paris and Brussels. There's been people last night in London, a lot of people. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. Tonight it's going to be Zurich. Tomorrow is going to be Geneva. And then there's more and more locations. Lisbon's going to happen next year. There's going to be Paris. There's going to be Davos. There's going to be a lot of different places. We're going to meet the community. So I'm super excited always about that. When we talk about the last 5 years, people have doubted. And today's people are still doubting crypto. And this is completely normal. We have to think about one thing. Whenever someone brings new technology that's going to reshape the entire way that we process so many things, everyone's always going to doubt you and say, this is bullshit, this will never work. And while building these new blocks, building this technology, building these applications, there's still a lot of applications that, essentially go busts. And we've seen this, especially in 2017. We've seen this in 2022 again. Today, I know it sounds crazy, but we are the pioneers. There's a very small amount of people, as you could see here, where we're at in terms of people that actually use blockchain technology, people that do invest into crypto, people that actually build Web3 applications. It's a little bit like if you compare this to essentially the late 1990s with internet. Who knew at the end of 1999, 2000, that YouTube was going to come in and just wipe out so many different ways of listening to music, looking into videos, doing stand-up comedy, and how YouTube is just growing, and then how Netflix has changed the games, how all of these different platforms have just completely turned what was the old industry to something complete archaic, completely obsolete, to something more digital where you could freely express your opinions. Web3 has this beautiful say of not only expressing your opinions and not having any censorship on it, but how to monetize your data. And the next 5, 6 years, this trend is just going to grow. If today we have maybe 150 million users in total in Web3, this is going to go 5 times in the next 4 or 5 years. We'll get to 600, 700, 800, maybe to a billion. And this shows essentially that, of course, nothing is as simple as that. Investing, building is always extremely risky, especially if you want to really change societies, change business, change the way we interact, change the way how data today could finally be monetized, where users, we all become queens and kings. This is how today, again, I congratulate all of you guys to be a part of this journey. For some of you for 6 years, some of you for recently, and some of them that are now is going to change this. If you look at what has happened in crypto, there's been a lot of mess. There's been a lot of misformations, scams, greed, hack, noise, stress, bankrupt, FUD, and the words goes on and on. If you guys remember, 5 years ago or a little bit more than that, I did a video and This video is always the same thing today. You see that huge amounts of negativity that is attached to crypto. And we as SwissBorg, we always try to really dissociate from this and create a platform, create an ecosystem that's driven by the community with the real people. We might not have 10,000 likes on Twitter. We might not have, you know, 1,000 likes on our YouTube, but we know that these likes, those comments, those real people behind. We're not building bots. We're not, you know, buying likes. We are actually a real community of real smart people that are really trying to create something unique. And I think so this is exactly the reason why people really believe in how we're democratizing wealth management, how we're bringing crypto to mass adoption by making it simple, safe, and secure. Why are we doing this? We're doing this for the exactly same good reason, is that we have a strong community. We care about this community. And building wealth is not just to become rich. It's way different than that. Especially now with Web3, you're creating your identity. An identity that enable people to track what you have invested, what you have supported, what you have voted, and really build your DNA within essentially the blockchain. And it's our responsible choice today to not seek fortune for money, but seek fortune to build a better planet for your loved ones, to make sure that the next children, your next great grandchildren, will be not only proud, but will be able to essentially build a better, fairer, and a better democratic ecosystem. This is something that's very, very fundamental at SwissBorg, is how we get to be a better self. How do we get to invest in a better way? How we get to behave in a better way? How we able together to find the solution that could welcome the next billion people to get wealthy thanks to their data and how they can monetize this. Investing in the right projects that have this environmental impact, have this social governance impact, and making sure that we together are making that change. Because we could look at how Wall Street has behaved in the last 30 years and say, oh, we're going to do the same thing. But the sake for what? To buy Lambos and just to talk about Lambos all the time? No, you don't want that. That's a very short-minded way of investing. And if you do that, very most unluckily, you will probably lose it or lose yourself while doing that. I think so here we need to focus on 50 years from now. You look back into your wonderful wallet and you see all what have happened, all these projects that you have supported, all these projects that you have really enabled them to create these applications, these great products, but as well for these great people and this great philosophy behind. Swissborg in the past, if we take a little bit back, right? There's been so many ICOs, and so many of these ICOs have just blew up. Over 99.9% of ICOs today do not exist anymore. And even more now that you're looking at what happened in 2022, there's probably the survival rate is even lower. And this is very important. How do you build trusts for the next 5 years? Well, look at what the other companies have done for the last 5 years. If they have managed to weather these different crises of 2022, of 2018, there's a very strong chances that they will make a good thing going forward. And Swissborg, we have to thank to strong community. We have to as well thank to the fact that we have always been conservative, managing our finances, and making sure that we're building essentially a business model that cares to people, trying to tackle problems that really make it simple, safe, and secure. So let's talk about the present now, right? We're no more a startup at SwissBorg. We know well that we are a scale up. We have 280 employees. We have offices in Lausanne, in Lisbon, in London, in Tallinn, in Zurich, and different other places around Europe. What we do know as well is that what do we do is we provide a wealth management ecosystem where people could deposit their funds, they could buy, they could sell, they could exchange their crypto assets, and more importantly, what they could really do is help to navigate through Web3 by investing in, again, a simple, safe, and secure way. Why are you doing this? Well, we're democratizing wealth management by making it fun, fair, and community centric, and we are strongly on this mission. Now, let's talk about crazy milestones. As of today, we're still the first asset management token on CoinMarketCap, which is really great. We're not too far from the top 100 too. Obviously, we reached the unicorn status with the CHSB token, which that was amazing. Getting that our CHSB was over 1 billion coin market cap. Today, we have roughly $750 million of assets under custody. We have 700,000 verified users in the app, and crazy or not, in 2017, we were the 10th biggest ICO of all time, raising $52 million. The future. The future obviously is bright, as my brother would always say, but how can it be bright? Being on a strong mission is a great thing, but you have to have the right vision and able to really fully be able to captivate the essence of your mission. And for this, we always try to redesign the best wealth management experience. And for so, we divide it into 7 different distinctive layers. The first layer has been about local payments and spending. So it's how giving the ability of people to deposit with their individual IBANs and their local currency. How would they be able to essentially then to pay as well with their best favorite cryptos or their best favorite currencies? We call it the Web3 transfers. The layer 2 is about smart engine, and we could call it the Web3 crypto best execution. What it is essentially enables anyone to exchange any value, from Swiss francs to Bitcoin, from GBP to SwissBorg tokens, from your regional local currency to any other currency. And this is exactly what we're building, is how to automate these complex trades in order to you to profit, to get the best price at any time. 3, it's all about earning, which is very important. Passive income, or Web3 fixed income, is how to essentially stake your favorite crypto, your favorite currencies, in order then to receive a yield that is risk basis. This is very important to understand, risk basis, and making sure that it's obviously always transparent, making sure that funds are always secured, and making sure that you're yielding on a risk return patterns. The number 4 is about, it's always hard to find the best token. It's always hard to find the best horse or the best investment. However, very often we know which thematic will win, like AI, like blockchain, like Web3. There's so many different thematics that we're quite convinced, but always hard to really find the best one to invest in. This is the Web3 ETF. We have created these baskets of tokens that today you actually own every underlying, which makes a very big difference. Because owning those underlyings will enable you in the future to stake, to have governance rights over that, and making sure that your data is yours, and making sure that your crypto is yours and thereby segregated. Layer 5, the multi-asset launchpad. It's really the kind of Web3 that enables people to buy shares from these unlisted companies, but as well to participate in the ICOs of different token economies. Which I really do love about this is so many great companies today have huge communities, huge amount of users, But very often, these users just buy products or just use their services, such as video games. Today, finally, they'll have a platform where you could be a user and an investor, exactly what all Web3 is about, right? There's no difference between a token holder and essentially an investor. It's the same thing, it goes hand in hands. I love this fact that we're doing this for ourselves, for our shares at SwissBorg. And I do believe that so many other different companies around the world are going to love this service where you could finally become more than just an ambassador of a brand. You could become finally an investor to any company that the company is willing to offer this to their community. Layer 6, it's all about tokenization. So the Web3 alternative investment, putting essentially on-chain anything that you have in mind. It could start with shares and securities, the NFTs. It could be whatsoever that we feel that there's value. And this is really when we're going to be able to finally integrate different platforms to give you a broad perspective of the holistic wealth management solutions. Last but not least, the most important one that probably this will bring us to mass adoption is the SwissBorg Smart Mandate. We talked about this in the early white paper in 2017. This is the ultimate Web3 investment experience where you could create your profile not only based on risk, but like who you are, who do you aspire to, and how do you envision the future? Based with some social media data, it could build your real digital identity. And with this, you could get investment mandate that's completely automated or is semi-automatically, right? Where it advise you what to invest, where to invest, and how to invest safely. And I think so. This is exactly how these 7 layers we're building at SwissBorg that differentiates us to any other people, and that really brings, I think so, a unique crypto wealth management experience. So today, how is SwissBorg different from the others? Um, Well, I think so. What we really have always been is to bring simplicity, right? How to bring this to get to mass adoption. And as well, how do you automate a lot of different services we understood earlier with these 7 layers to bring the wealth management experience? I think so. This is very, very important. What we see today is that unfortunately, there's not so much competitors left. A lot of them, and such as FTX that is out, have played it wrong, right? Some people were just unlucky, some people were unfaithful, and we've seen that with time, participants that come in an early stage and want to blow up eventually do blow up, right? And people that really look at this technology layer of crypto and how to really address this in a simple and wealth management way are sticky. And I think so, this shows a lot that what's the heart of our ecosystem is this resilience to always try to bring something different that is risk basis, that we're staking but only into DeFi. We're not lending it to different counterparties. We're only working with the right technology that has there being no hack. We're really making sure to provide the right tokens, not the ones that just go 10,000x and then lose 100%. And more importantly, we are portfolio license in Europe. We have many different licenses in Europe, and the strongest of all is you guys, our community. So why is this the great moments to be part of SwissBorg? Well, we have Coinbase in the US. We used to have FTX, which is, we'll see how that goes. And we have in Asia, crypto.com and Binance. However, in Europe, besides Bitpanda, there's no many real players left, right? There's essentially a very nice room for us to really grow and gain market shares across these different countries, such as UK, France, and Switzerland, where we are, but as well the Benelux and the DACH region, Scandinavia, Italy, Spain, Portugal, and all the Eastern European countries that we love so much, such as Poland, such as Hungary, and many others, Czech Republic, and many that I haven't mentioned. There's as well the region of the UAE that could be someone that could be very, very fortunate for SwissBorg. And of course, we would love to branch out in other different countries, in emerging markets where crypto and wealth management is even more important to be there because they really do need a SwissBorg. So we're really ready for the mass adoption. And what we have to understand as well is that in Europe today, we only have 5 to 8% of people that use crypto. The 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 fact that if there's competitors or not, this market is going to grow 5 to 10x in the span of the next 5, 7 years. So the number of people is just going to exponentially grow, which really shows that there's a lot of positive, and the future is bright. So now I couldn't be more proud today at SwissBorg to really bring transparency to the highest stake. I think so. It's very important to understand that we want to partner up with all our users. We want our users to essentially benefit from the ecosystem through the app, through becoming premium, but as well becoming partner. Because there's always value in token economy and there's always value in shares. And we really do shit. We really do believe that being partner at SwissBorg could mean a lot for our wonderful community, a lot where you could have a complete transparency, but as well you could benefit from the accumulation of the wealth that could happen while the share of the price of SwissBorg could increase. I think so. This is something that we really, really wanted to do since day one, is always create a way that we have really 100% alignment with our community. And I could tell you, we've launched this just a few days ago. It's just amazing to see that so many people are investing because they want to buy shares. They want to become a SwissBorg partner and have this official card as well, which can be a really cool debit card that SwissBorg is going to give to all the people that are investing over 1,500 francs or euros. These are some essentially there's some numbers that we have on SwissBorg and competitive advantage that we talked about a bit. But really what I want to talk here and share where I'm so excited is the fact that today, not only we have raised already 6,330,000 Swiss francs, we have 7,338 participants that are now partners at SwissBorg. There's no other ecosystem could say the same thing. This is how SwissBorg is changing, is evolving, and bringing the game to the next stage. This is how we tomorrow could become the #1 wealth management platform in the world. There's no private bank that does this. There's no banks that do this. There's no other crypto platform that's doing this. And we finally are not giving, our shares to VCs or private equity and making sure that we're valorizing and paying us dividends to buy these expensive mansions and Lamborghinis. No, we're giving you the opportunity to get into this first round. The first time SwissBorg is opening its cap table to any external investors, to make sure that our Series A, we do raise this 24 million. And then from that, we try to really build more products as we've been doing for the last 5 years. And we get to then fundraise at a higher level to make sure that our first investors, such as in ICO Times, gets to have a great experience. Of course, with this comes risk. You have to understand, and any investment, there's a very high risk, especially in a scale up, especially in crypto. And this is your work to do homework. But what I could always advise is that if you're investing only to seek profits, you might not get the best experience. If you seek for profits, to seek as well to look for a company that's building products that you love and you care about and that really solves your problem. And if you seek to invest into a company that is actually the right philosophy and that you feel that the mission does resonate to your heart, well, then you probably are doing the right move. And for this, again, I have to thank all of you guys. Have been really pushing SwissBorg since the last 5 years, since their ICO to today. I couldn't be more excited about the next 5 years. I know there'll be bumpy rides, and there'll be some great moments. There'll be some amazing moments. There'll be some sad moments. There'll be some stressful moments. That I can assure you. But what I can assure you, another thing is that at SwissBorg, over 200 employees today are dedicated to really build the best wealth management ecosystem. We're working tirelessly, never counting hours because we love the community. Now, what we love even more is the fact that we have these 7,338 partners. And we need to grow this number because this is going to show to the world that even today, in the environment of the world where things are shaky, where NASDAQ has lost 65%, where crypto has lost 75%, where we still in a place where we're thinking that I don't know what's going to happen, we have faith in one thing. We have faith in SwissBorg because today we are on a mission. We have those green laser eyes that gives us those 7 layers. We have that green heart that enables you to fight, to be strong, and to smile in these moments of uncertainty, and to make sure that we are going to become the wealth management ecosystem that's going to power hopefully the next million people and hopefully one day the next billion people. As you guys know, be healthy, be wealthy, love our CHSB, and now our equity. Take care, guys.